And we gotta get everything going, everything going, gone. Let's see, now I get rid of that. Yeah, so bear with me, guys. I'll be there soon. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Ah, it doesn't look so bad. Not so bad. Streaming. Nothing more than streaming. There we go. Let's see. Where are we? Boy, I guess the streaming takes so long. Oh, Beth is there. And Kristen, I don't think I've seen you for a while. I have a book that is coming out February 9th, and I'm wondering what I can do to help push it forward. Well, you gotta act crazy, I think. That's the only thing. Quiz, hi. I don't think I've seen you around before. Okay, live chat. Okay, let's see. I have a book coming out. God, yeah, I mean, you have to just be creative as hell. You know, I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, unless you're going to spend a lot of money, and that probably won't work anyway. But if you have a lot of money, you want to blow it on buying ads and everything, but that probably won't work. I mean, you got to go to get interviewed, to get people to write it up. So you got to get lists. What kind of book is it? Ophelia, what kind of book? What's the topic? Tell me the topic, tell me the topic before I go to bed. You promised me, you said you would. I wouldn't give up. Okay, is Michigan included? No, not yet. But order it, please. I'll put it on there. See, I'm doing it as people order it, then they're the ones I'm doing. I'm getting there first. So that's the way to get it first. I'm able to speak to you soon. Okay, yeah, in Lesko.com/talk. I just got a nice guy who has a great idea on he's been in the car business for a long time. A great idea, helped him with that. He was quite pleased. I hope I'll know when he sends me bad notices or whatever. Kids, it's about special needs son coming to life and playing with my older son, which have always had a dream to play with him. So it's a kid's book. Well, that's terrific. Yeah, I think you got to find out who reviews kids' book. So, you know, young adults, I guess it is. Is that what it is that they call it now, young adult literature? Boy, that looks real hot, doesn't it? Still, I don't know why. YouTube looks so hot. When you're hot on YouTube, right? And that's, let's see, let me look at Facebook. Oh, Facebook looks pretty good. Oh no, that's not right. There, yeah, oh, that looks good. That's usually the lousy one. And usually it's YouTube that is the best, but now YouTube's a little too bright. Is that too bright for you guys? Should I do something? I don't know what the hell I do, but let me turn one of the lights off, see what happens. Did anything get worser? What got worser? Well, that's still pretty bright, isn't it? Let's see if I get closer. Will that be better or not? Let's see, I get closer. No, it's still, boy, that face looks, Scott, should you please come as a guest? I'm sorry, Scott, I hope you give up soon, thanks. Let's see, put some sunglasses. I guess that's what I have to do. Oh, yeah. I think every camera, you know, I have 4 cameras here, so they're all probably have different kinds of things, you know, to do. And that's golly, who we have here? Well, we're getting some folks. Actually, make sure you know my new, I mean, this is my Facebook at Free Money News on Facebook. Oh, I got to change this on Facebook so you see me. Free Money News. I mean, I'm just putting bunches of stuff there, man. I think it's all great stuff. But again, I'm biased, but you got to find something there. If you don't see there now, there will be. Because I'm adding stuff all the time. I mean, today I just added a whole thing. Like one of the states that I'm researching now for a client, you know, for business, they have a whole thing there on how to start a daycare center in your house. I mean, all the sources, the money, the help, the customers, and everything. Everything you need to know. You don't have to hire anybody, know anything about it or whatever. And that's a business, really. A lot of states are trying to get people into it, and particularly people don't have a lot of money to start that kind of business. See, the government will pay for your customers. That's what's so neat about that. The government pays for your customers. Where else are you going to get that? Actually, the other place you get that is if you start a university, and the government pays for your customers. And that's why, I don't know, remember last night, I don't think I got into this at much detail, I told you how I used to make, when I started this business, doing this kind of research, it was really to help millionaires become billionaires, because that's how they do it. They do it with government money. Sort of like the guy who started Phoenix University, he's literally a billionaire now because of government money. He hires marketing people, or I think he just died, actually, to tell you the truth. But they hire, see, all these private universities, they hire people to bang on you. They're all over the internet. That's right. If you search anything on scholarships or anything to do with college, you're going to run into one of them, or somebody's going to collect names and sell it to them to call you and say, hey, don't worry, we'll get you a degree and you could do it from home. Hey, it'll be easy. Don't worry, it won't cost you anything. And then they make you get a government loan, and they get all the money, and they spend hardly anything. 90% of their money comes from government money, but you get the loan, you have to pay the loan back, and they get all your money, and they only spend about 15% on education. So 85% is spent on marketing and salaries and all this other kind of stuff, which is just crazy. That's why I think if you're after higher education, forget that. Trying to find money for a homeless shelter for the people of St. Louis, lots of ways. What comes to mind first, because I'm a greedy bastard, is I got a report. Actually, if you go to, where is that thing? Lesko.com/course. I got one of the 10 best places to get money to start any nonprofit, okay? And a homeless shelter, this will really apply to you. I mean, it shows you step by step the nonprofit sources that everybody should use. And don't worry about becoming a nonprofit first. You look for the money first, because in that report, and it's only like $20, I show you how to find, wow, nice, thanks. I show you how to find the office you have at your county. See, the county is really who's worried about the homeless. They get money from HUD to help that. So you want to get some of that money that they have for homeless shelters, okay? And they, there's a process. They teach you how to apply for the grants. Don't hire a grant writer yet. Don't even become a nonprofit, because it may be better to work with another nonprofit anywhere. So what you want to learn is the sources of money first. If you start becoming a nonprofit and wasting money, time, and everything first, I think that's silly, because that may be a waste of time. What you want to do is find out about the money programs, find out how, if it makes sense for you to do this, how much, and what are your options. Hey, Matthew, I'm glad to see you. Well, I am your old Tay-Sachs. Tay-Sachs. So you have Tay-Sachs, is that what I said? And that's the important. You make sure you contact, your elected official. They want to solve that problem too. Anybody doing that, deserves help in our community. And that's what there I tell you how to find other nonprofit organizations that give grants to nonprofit and other people to solve those problems. They're closing all the shelters down. It's really sad. Well, I guess you solved your homeless problem, and they're getting rid of the shelters. Maybe you don't have a market anymore. Now that's stupid, isn't it? And so, right, now you have to do this, because who else is going to do it if you don't do it? So maybe what to do first. You just start talking to people in your community. One is your elected official. Call your congressman's office, the local office, and talk to somebody there. You make an appointment, go and you see these people belly to belly. That's how they're going to help you better. You do it on the phone and the internet, then you're just another digit, and it's easy to fail you. It's sort of like, in college or school, high school, when you talk to the teacher or brown-nosing them, make it easier to pass you, even though you're a terrible student like I was. was, you know. And that's the same way with getting money. So you go to your county, you know, and it's a community development fund. So you're looking for, at your county level, the community development agency at your county level. You make an appointment, they have people just to talk to you there. That's what it's for. It's just finding the right person. And make an appointment belly to belly. That's the way to do it. So sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear, oh, about the nonprofit, yeah, and the homeless. No, we have a problem here in Washington, D.C., right in front of the Capitol, you know, right in front of the White House, you know. It's nuts, you know. I don't know how we put up with it. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, I talked to a cop in D.C. the other day, and he said he picked up a homeless person for jail or something like that, and he had my business card in his pocket. Yeah, that's what I do. Any homeless person I see on the street, I talk to him or whatever, give him a business card, and try to tell him about some programs to help, you know. And he was saying, yeah, the guy had a business card of mine. Yes, he's probably a paying customer, isn't he? No, he wasn't. But it's these are sources. See, it's only, to me, what it is, the rich people use these sources, you know, and I'm really trying to get into the middle people, the real poor homeless. You know, they probably know their sources out there, but they can't find them. I don't know. But I'm not worried about the rich people anymore. Nobody has to worry about them. They're doing very well, I'm sure. Have you ever visited New York? If so, how was your experience, Mark? You talking to Mark or me or your Mark? I'm confused. Yeah, I go to New York a lot. I'm actually on my way there in 2 days. Wednesday I'm going up there for a day or two or more. I pray you're doing okay. Are you talking to me, please? Sorry to hear that. I don't know if you guys talking to each other on Facebook, I mean on YouTube, or part of that is me. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, everybody's nice, so it's most of the people are nice. I mean, we get a crazy person or two. Particularly, it seems like more on Periscope than anything. You know, do I get the real weird stuff? But you know, again, that's fine. That's life in the big city. Yeah? And I sort of live in the big city, I guess. Right? Washington, D.C. is a big city. I don't know if you saw the title of this. I really have now 25 completed reports of the state-by-state information. So now there's 25 states you could download right away and be able to apply by the end of the night. You could apply to, oh, let's see, I got the wrong thing here. Oh, sorry. You could apply to 327 free Lesko. Free Lesko, maybe so. Sorry, something went wrong, it says. I don't know what went wrong. What do you think went wrong? Why did something go wrong? Why did something go wrong? Everything goes wrong with it. Yeah, free Lesko. Apply for what? Apply for money. You know, and these are money programs. 327 money programs. They're either grants, direct payments. See, only 25% of the free money is called grants. That's why I try to use the word free money, but I know you guys, you know, use grants, so I use grants a lot too. But it's all kind of, and services. Because this is, if someone's going to pay for you for 5 years to go to train for something or other to get a super duper job, I mean, to me, that's probably a grant to me because somebody's paying for everything, but it's not to the government. So if you're asking for a grant, you're going to miss that kind of stuff. So that's why I put in here all the free money sources, free services, you know, everything from legal services to health services to travel services to anything you could think of that are available from government, federal government, local government, city, county, you know, and nonprofit organizations. And then plus there are no free lunches. You're right, because it's already paid for by taxpayers. So we're all paying into this, and he is misleading. Yes, I guess I am. You're right, because it isn't free. Somebody's got to pay for it, and it does. It's coming out of our tax money. It's the same way, like, you know, the millionaires, you know, just got an extra $1 million apiece in the tax bill. So we're all paying for those millionaires to have that. Are you the guy that used to run around on TV making free money? Yes, that's me. I need a grant to get a master's at Hopkins University. A grant, I guess, to get a master's at Hopkins University. There's lots of ways to do that. If you're in Maryland, you live there, the first thing that I would do is go to your state. Every state has money programs for higher education. So it depends on where you live. You got to check with your state. There's just hundreds of ways to do that. There's very few places, oh, I get $5 grand to do anything. No, I love your yellow, pink, and black. Oh, thanks. This is one of my oldest suits, for question mark stuff. But yeah, I like it too. The pants look big and baggy now because actually I'm getting thinner as I get older. I run more and I feel better if I get thinner. I feel more energy when I get thinner. So a lot of people look at me and see, Doc Kyle Fletcher, I love your pink and yellow and black question mark so good. Anyway, you can make appearance in Florida in April. Yes, for what is it for, Tay-Sachs? Yeah. Yeah, here, send me an email. What do you got going? Let's try to do something. Lesko free radio at gmail.com. Okay. Yes, and yeah, tell me more about it. If you don't hear from me a day or two, just beat on me again, because I forget stuff. So I was telling you about the one-stop stuff, and that's the 25 programs there, and I got a few on it's Joe from Harrisburg. You finally got up, Joe. Gosh, good for you. Oh, thank you for signing in, Joe. It's nice. I mean, I always rue the day where I got to turn on these things and they'll be like just crickets. Cricket, 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 and nobody there, And that happens. I mean, I've shown up at speeches where only 3 people in the audience or whatever. I don't agree with what you say, but I love your energy and passion. Yeah, a lot of people don't agree with what I say. And you shouldn't, because different things work for different people. Nobody knows what works for you. And nobody... that's why we can't really tell other people what to do, because we don't really know what works. We could guess and give an options, and that's all I'm doing. So how many grants have you received in my lifetime, or what? My favorite, Mr. Lesko, sticking it to man. Thank you. I mean, all kinds of ways. I mean, whether get my kid's arm fixed, because the doctor couldn't do it, paying for graduate school, and tell you the truth, right now in my life, it's not the money thing, it's the information. You can get better information from the government than anywhere else in the world. I mean, maybe it sounds like an oxymoron, but it isn't. Because like the arm thing, I mean, I solved my back problem really by going to NIH and talking to some researcher who's spending hundreds of millions of dollars studying back problems. He was able to tell me what's in the New England Journal of Medicine next year because he's studying it today. See, it's not only money. Very good talks. Watching the Australia opening and what happened to the U.S. ladies when they all went down. So sad. Where is Serena Williams when you need her? Oh, you're watching the tennis stuff. Can you send me information to my... you better email me, Rob. That's LeskoFreeRadio at gmail.com, because when this is over, and all this chat disappears and I can't get a hold of it. How much is your subscription? Well, the subscription, if you go to Lesko.com, that's $90 a month. The reports that I have for state, now this is something, they're huge reports. They were $79. I'm trying to get them down to $59. So right now they're $59. And that you will get is something that is over 420, 30, 40 pages big, and it has over 327 sources of money. And it's not only grants, it's services and loans you don't have to pay back, and also easy income. What I'm trying to show people too is how to get easy income on the internet that does not cost you any money. There's a lot of things going on the internet that you could make income from. And and help you, keep your life together when things are tight, or make a career out of these things. I mean, this is the growth area, I think, in our economy. The growth area in jobs is coming from these so-called gig economy jobs. What was your email again? You have kind of said it really fast. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to type it in on YouTube. Lesko, Lesko, free, Free, radio, Radio. I don't know why it's that, but I think it was something I was able to get at the time. At Gmail. So letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. Okay, and if you don't hear from me in a day or two, just beat on me again, because I forget stuff and I do things and I try. I'm pretty much a one-man band now with my work, and so you have to be a little patient. I remember you bought my book. You're the one who bought the book. Thank you. Yeah. Well, see now, Naima, you got my note today. Just the guy I was looking for, right? And let's see, where was I? Anyway. Oh, I forget stuff. Like I say, I'm doing most of all the work I do myself, trying to figure out what's going on. I need to have my physical therapy business pool resurface. Is there anything to help me then? Yes, I mean, what I would look for first is home repair programs, because that's a home repair kind of thing. There's grants for that, but it depends on income, age, and all kinds of things. You might as well ask, did you get my text? Yes, on Friday, right? We're thinking about Friday, Naima. Sounds good. Remind me if I screw up. So if I don't touch base Thursday sometime, beat on me, please. I need to and that's it. And where do you find those? There's a bunch. I mean, if you go to your county, the most likely place for grants is your county and your state and nonprofits in the area. There's a place called Rebuilding Together that does that too. And so that's where you have to do. So you start digging around like that. Make sure you only see .gov or .org when you're looking for that home repair. You could go to your you could go to 211.org right now and put in home repair and see what they have. And remember, any link I give you now or in my book or anything, really that's just a start. I mean, you can't stop there. The world is too big. It's sort of like asking one person out for a date and they say no, and they say, see, I knew it wouldn't work. And you can't do that. If you want to sit home alone for the rest of your life, okay, then that's what's going to happen. If you want money to do things in life and you ask one person, they turn you down, and you think there's nothing out there, well, then you'll never find it. And that's what it is. You may get hit by lightning, and that will help, and then I'll get you on my infomercial. I just made one phone call and got $50,000 in the mail to do that. Because there's people like that. It really happens. There's outliers for everything. And then there's liars, and they fill in the gap. So there's all kinds of stuff out there that you have to keep going. The name of the game is getting a source. That's right. Any source you contact, the most important thing about contacting anybody is making sure that you get a source from them. If they didn't give you money, then what you have to do is say, hey, where else can I try? Because that's what you want to do. And by the way, I want to make sure everybody knows, I mean, I'm really loading this site up. It's called Facebook at Free Money News. I'm putting stuff up there that you don't have to pay for. It's all the good stuff I'm finding during my research every day. I mean, today I put a half a dozen up already today. So go down that list. You'll have 400 or 500 programs there. You'll see about money, to buy things or money to start things, education money, business money, solving financial problems money, everything, and just little data stuff that I like. Because data to me, it's too hard. We got to get an overview of what's going on in life, and that's what you got to look at a macro. Micro is important because that's your life. Why is it right for people to get money for doing nothing? I don't know. Ask millionaires that. They think it's right. They each just got $1 million. What? I mean, I'm just. Don't know. You're living in America, man, and we have programs to solve problems. What happens is that people abuse it, and do nothing. There aren't. If you want to live in a place that doesn't take care of people when they have problems, or invest in things for the future, like you getting a good education so you could grow the country better, I mean, maybe that's a good investment. It's a good investment for individually. And if you're not born to rich people and can't do that, so then you're SOL. So then I guess we're rich enough, we try to solve those kind of problems. We can't solve them all, we can solve all of them, but that's another issue. I mean, we could talk about that for the rest of our lives, I'm sure. What I'm just trying to do is show you reality, show you the stuff's out there. You got a problem, you want to use it, you think it's bad, well then change it. Don't bitch at me, I can't change it. You got to get your elected official to get rid of it. Just bitching about it isn't going to do anything. And so it's a legislative process. So this is what we have. This is what's reality. You don't want to use it. It's a free country, right? You want to, but don't you think, I mean, I know every rich person I've ever known, and those I don't know, spend a whole lot of money trying to find out how much money they can get from the government. That's what this whole town is about. What I'm trying to do is show the rest of the people, hey, there's stuff for you too. Particularly if you have problems. I mean, the fellow who needs a new roof, the fellow who needs, he's in debt and he's going out of business and needs to keep his business because he's got how many employees, and that's who I helped on the phone today, and how to solve that problem. And sure, there's some money he was able to get for free, others that it's free consulting to get rid of that debt, and that's just as good as free money to me, but if you don't know about it, you don't care about it, and you do it the way that you feel comfortable with. That's great. There's no one way for all of us to get through life. There's lots of ways to do it, and we all have to struggle ourselves. Amber, is there free money for people who don't have any but need some to help them in a certain moment? Is now the moment you're talking about? Yes, Amber. I mean, I guess the reality is, and the real answer is maybe. On all these. I mean, I estimate there's about 17,000 government money programs, that give out money every year. And they're not called what you think you call them, so that's why the average person never finds it. Google is a big problem because Google won't find you the problems. If you need money right away, maybe you're in debt. Okay, how are you going to do that? Okay, if you go debt problems or something like that, you're just going to, people want to sell you money or sell you more in money to get out of that current debt, and then you'll be in more debt, but you'll pass the debt on to somebody else and think you solved the problem, which you haven't. Now, the people who will help you do that for free will never show up in Google because they won't advertise. Good point. I was bitching at you. Hey, I've been bitched at by better people. No, I mean, so many people come after me, as promoting welfare and all these kinds of things, and I mean, that's fine. I'm too old to really take it personally anymore. Hey, I called some places to get my friend a car, but I think they do not give away cars anymore. Some do, some don't. I mean, I don't know. I have a report that shows you all the current places that I found. I just completed the report a few months ago. And that's on Lesko.com/course. It's a Udemy course, and it shows you all the possible sources. See, there are nonprofit organizations. Some states do it. There's places to get cars fixed up for free. Places to get your own car fixed up for free. Actually, there's a big database, at the Department of Transportation of all the recalls. See, and this is a great thing. If something's wrong with your car, and before you get it fixed, you call this hotline at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and see if your car was involved in a recall, because they send you a letter and you never pay attention because you think it's a sales shit, and you don't bother, and so you call there to see it. So if the tires are shaky and you don't want to get it fixed or whatever, well, you call it. If that was a recall, you get it fixed for free. But you have to know about it. Otherwise, you're going to take it in. They're not going to look it up for you. You have to do it for you because they'd rather have your cash and get paid twice for it. Hey, what's up, Mr. Lesko? How you doing today? Well, Mike, it comes and goes. I don't know about your life, but life is up and down. You got to fight the bullets and entertain yourself because nobody else is going to do it. You can get, can you get when you have bad present? credit. Yes, I mean, government programs are for people who can't get money anywhere else. Otherwise, they wouldn't have the program. So yes, and then again, the real answer is it depends. But don't forget, they're giving you away the money. They don't care. They don't want you to pay it back. So they don't care what credit you have. They're solving another kind of problem. So don't worry about that. And that's what's neat about it. It's so hard to think that way. See, it's natural to me because I've been studying this, for 40 years or more. And I'm sorry if I get impatient, but I know. I mean, it just gets against everything the rest of the system is all about. Well, all I can say is God is good. Mr. Lesko, thank you for asking. All right. It is. See, I've been studying this alternative sources. See, everybody goes around, we go to school, we go to experts and everything, all telling you about the traditional ways of doing things. And I guess that's a logical way to do things. It doesn't work all the time. So what I'm trying to show people is alternative ways to get to the same place that does not require money. Because all the traditional things usually require money. That's why people tell you they're traditional, because you're being told, by somebody who makes money from the current system. So they're going to tell you, hey, this is the current system and how to do it. And so you have to pony up because they say it's true, so you think it must be true. It ain't. There's other ways to do things. And that's why to me in my life, I find I only learn things when I'm broke and things are terrible. That's when you learn the most. Really, that's what life's about. I mean, life is handing you that bad time to give you the experience of a lifetime. Because you'll never have that. See, good times don't make you grow, and that's how you get a chance. Relish in it somehow. I know it's hard as hell. That's why you have to have somebody around you that really appreciates you for whatever you are, and whether you make it or not, or make it or whatever, to help you get through that stuff. But believe me, you're going to grow so much. I mean, all the worst things that happened to me in life have made me so much stronger than ever before. And that's just, I believe it certainly is. I mean, I've listened to a lot of people talking who had very successful lives, and I'm sure 99.44, 100% of them will all say the same thing. Okay, what do we got? Bad credit is easily fixed. Rufus, are you a credit counselor? I find the right and smarter. Not sure what that means, but that's okay. I'm not sure about a lot of things in life. We're all guessing. Let's see. Where are we? Periscope folks, you have a question. The Periscope folks are usually the big question people, and that's it. But remember, I completed the course with Grant via the One-Stop. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, I mean, there I have 34 little videos, and then the report that you download with the course has another 100 videos in. But what I like about the course is that every video is only about 2-3 minutes. It tells you about this topic and what's the best part of this topic and how you could use it or whatever, so you don't have to. So in a minute or two, you could get a good digestion if the details in that is really for you at this point. And see, these one-stops you have, you could use this for the rest of your life. I made a robot that makes counterfeit money when I go to jail. Well, if they catch you, maybe. Nobody's supposed to make money. Or print money is what it is. But remember, the free money news on Facebook. I really think that is some of the best work I'm doing right now, besides the one-stop. That's another thing I think is the best work I've done maybe in 40 years, are these one-stop things, the 327 grants in your state. Can I have your black suit? This one? Oh, I have another one without colors on it. Actually, they're getting easier than ever to make now. That I use spoon flour for cheap fabric. I got it made for about 50 bucks. I sent it to Vietnam. Somebody wanted me to, my tailor in Vietnam, I'd be happy to send you, if you send it to me at Lesko.con. What does the question answered bring forth to the new questions? Not sure what that is. Does every question answered bring forth two new questions? I guess. I don't know. But I think that, you see, to me, why I started learning this is really because when I started my professional career was back in the 70s, and that's when information was really becoming important in our society. It didn't before because we were all very internal. You know, we didn't care about what the rest of the world is doing or whatever. You just had to worry about inside your business, and then the rest took care of itself. And then in the oil embargo back in 1973, when that happened, then some little country nobody knew about halfway across the world brought this whole country to our knees. You know, and we had gas station lines. If you were born then or around then, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know, and some country just brought this whole country, you know, to its knees, and we were supposed to be the most powerful country in the world, and we weren't anymore. So that's why I figured, hey, what's important is what's going on outside of your world, because that controls you and how you're going to fit in more than anything. So I had an MBA, Management Information Systems. I was trying to get this information to top management. This is before the internet and everything, but I had a degree in computer science, so I was trying to computerize it, and I couldn't. So I just did reports, and people didn't know what I was talking about. I call it an external management information system, and they didn't get it because I guess I didn't say it well. And then I said, oh, I do research. So I started mergers and acquisitions because they're the only people worried about outside the company. And I was getting information on businesses and everything. In the one-stop, how does it work? Can I get a job as a freelance government writer right away? Well, probably not right away, but you can. You know, and that's available. The one-stop shows you that. It shows you how to create your own job. There's a lot of job stuff in there. How to get free training, how to get free education, you know, everything for getting a better job, career, and things like that. And also how to create your own job and get a government contract at home too, on your kitchen table, you know, that kind. So it tells you all that. And then 300 and some other things too, for everything like that. You know, how do you get free help? Because now you're a freelancer, do you know the legal part? How to get that free legal help? You know, how to get the tax help for that? All that kind of stuff is all in there. That's why I'm trying to develop one thing that's sort of like a Bible for every household should have this, you know, and it's loaded with videos. I got videos. Yeah, I'm sure the only person in America, how many commercials did you actually film because they replay them so much? Oh, 50 to 100, but only about 6 or 7 worked. The rest I was wrong. When are you coming back to TV commercials? They don't work anymore, at least for me. Maybe they will. So, you know, I'll test some things. But that's all about, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a new life with this. I mean, this is free. See, I mean, I'm on 4 platforms now for free. I don't have to buy the time or anything. And I got to learn. People buy information differently than they did then. I was able to sell books. Now people don't buy books. And I could see why. The stuff I'm telling you about now, it's videos. In there, there's hours and hours of videos for any topic you have. I have either an expert that tell you about it. I have people who use that program tell you about it. I have video interviews of the government officials handing out the money. They tell you about it. There's nowhere else in the world that has this. I've been collecting all this data and know it, I'm sure, better than any one person in the world. Maybe somebody knows a section of it or a couple of pages better or whatever, but a general overview, and for the average consumer. People will say they're grant experts. I don't consider myself a grant expert. I consider myself a free money expert for people, because grants are primarily for nonprofit organizations, and that's where grant originated from, and everybody likes to talk about it because it sort of says what you want, but most of the stuff that solves that same problem is not called grants. So that's why I just like calling it free money. And the government gives out an average of $20,000 or $22,000 a year to every family in America. $22,000 a year. Now that's astounding to me. $22,000. You know, and They don't advertise. Nobody advertises. But, you know, everybody, so that's why you won't find it on the internet. All you'll find there is people who advertise stuff and want money from you. So people that are giving you money, they do not advertise. You know, people that want money from you, then they're the people that advertise. So it's important that you know that. And particularly, I mean, to me, what my work is really all about is not so much showing you grant money or free money to do things in your life. I'm really trying to do it to educate you how to use the internet, how to search for information, because that you need more than money, I feel, because that is something you have to learn to do for the rest of your life and use this tool. The internet is an important tool, but it really is just commerce. It's people selling you something. Google, which is terrific, they do it watching me on commercials. Good for you. Now I'm still here. Maybe I'll outlive you. It depends on how old you are. And it's a tool to find things and get things done, to solve problems. But if you rely on Google, all you'll learn is that money, you need money to do anything in this life. And I think it's the opposite, you know, and it can be for almost anything you want to do in life, but you won't learn that from searching Google, and that's the important thing. So whether you get money from my services or whatever, or you know, learn about grants, to me, that's just part of it, and a very small part, because there's so many things that are more important than just getting money in life, and that you could do without money. See, just think, you could start a nonprofit without money. You could start your own business without money. You could get a degree without money. You know, all these things that you think require success in life. You can get the best information, expertise, and everything without money. You can get health care by the best doctors in the world without money, without health insurance coverage or anything. What's pink, 7 inches long, and squirts when you bite it? Nah, I give up on it. What do you, let's see, how many commercials did you actually film? Oh, I think I answered that one. How many? I grew up watching you. Let's see. Did you ever look in the mirror before you turned the camera on? I guess I'm egotistical enough to look at, yeah. I look at my glasses. Will look good on TV or whatever. Oh, let's see. What's that? You're on. Yeah, I do get crazy people on. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, yeah, Periscope people are terrible. You won't see any more message from the user broad. Good, thank you. But it's using the internet. Information is important, particularly now when everybody thinks they're an expert, and things may work. I mean, what works for you is going to be different than what works for anybody else. So the money never has to be paid back. What if your business goes bankrupt, under? Well, if it's a loan, then they may or may not come after you. Yes, the Career OneStop will help you get hired. Yes, it is. I mean, that's what the whole thing is about, is trying to do that. But there's different. This is the grant. The government has loans too, but there are loans you don't have to pay back. There's other loans that are more forgivable. There's a lot of housing money that are loans, but if you stay in the house for like 5 years, you don't have to pay it back. Every program is different. Whatever you say about a government, can I get a package? Let's see, what was that? Amber, you may call, email me, and visit your nearest one-stop. Yeah. How do I get forgivable loans? Well, don't look for them. I mean, you can't do it that way. I mean, you can. But to me, that's not the way to do it. You know, don't look for forgivable loans. Don't look for grants. Look for financial assistance. Yeah, and that's what you want. You want to know what financial assistance and programs are available for housing. what financial assistance programs are available for education or business or whatever, and see what's available. And then you look at them all closely and decide, okay, any of them make sense? How many do we have to pay back? What are the rules and regulations for it? There's different rules and regulations for every program. So you could say, well, this program, government money program is complicated. Yes, because I could show you a dozen programs right now that are complicated. Then I could show you 5,000 that are just 3 or 4 pages fill in the blanks, and they're not complicated. So what about owed back taxes? Is there a program for that? Yes, actually the IRS will make a deal with you, because there's a program that the Congress set up, for back taxes, and people, actually, I just read a report that the IRS is hiring people to collect back taxes, and the company there, how much for a package for Chicagoland? I got one for Illinois. So for Illinois, it's $59. Every state is $59 now. It's $79. It's still on sale for $59. So if you go to Lesko.com/onestop, you're one stop for money, all the programs. So see what you get with that. You get the most complete list of programs for your state that's available anywhere in the world. I mean, you show me something that's better, and I'll give you all the research for free for the next year if you want. I just I study this every day of my life for the last 40 or 50 years. And I just don't know of anything that's better, anything that's close. How much for a package of Chicagoland? $59. All $59. It's really $79, but right now, because I want to get all these states out, so I'm trying to encourage more people. The states I don't have. Illinois, I have. You can download that right away. You go to Lesko.com/onestop, and you could download that right away. I spoke to a homeless guy. That one of the reasons he became. I spoke to this homeless guy, and that is one of the reasons he became homeless. Why? Why did he become homeless? Back taxes. Oh, yeah. Okay. But now he could get that all forgiven, whatever. If he has no money, then there's ways around that, and there's ways, you have to investigate. To me, the world is all about researching options. You talk to enough people, you find ideas, and to keep an open mind. If you just have one mind, I want a grant, I want a grant, I want a grant, I want a grant, and you're looking for that, you'll never find free money to solve your problem. I mean, you may, but most likely you won't. Is Georgia one of the 25 states? Yes, it is. Georgia is ready to go. Thank you for responding. So that's all ready to go. Anytime you want to do it, you just download it now. But again, please take a look. I mean, I got stuff, see, that you'll never see in the and even my reports, I mean, because I find so many stuff. Minnesota, yes, I'm quite sure I have that. But is this Free Money News? I mean, I put one up, how, listen to this, now if I say it right, but I got a good headline on Free Money News on Facebook there. But the government takes more property from people than all robberies. When they confiscate things, they pull you over for a broken taillight and they find something around money, so they confiscate all your stuff, and it's terrible, and that's worth more than all the robberies in the government. Now here's another interesting statistic. Can the government help you with getting a laptop for work and school if they don't have one? There's nonprofits that do that. I have a video on that, I know, on YouTube, that do that, and very cheap. I mean, now for laptop for school too, but I would look, get one of these Chromebooks. I mean, for $200 you get a brand new computer, and that's probably all you need. Find out about the services available to you and the documents needed and register, etc. Always first class. New York, yes. New York is done, but a laptop. And then actually government surplus has lots of laptops, and they go for like 10 cents on the dollar, on these. So you could find out about that, and I show you. And if you're a nonprofit, you can get government surplus property for free. I'll show you how to get that in the one-stop stuff. Are there grants for small businesses? Absolutely. But they won't say grants for small businesses. They'll say a whole bunch of other things. They'll say like, okay, if you want to hire somebody like marketing, I helped a guy who had a business and needed money to hire people in marketing. Well, there's a government program, you're for business that will pay you hire somebody, they'll pay their salary for 6 months until they start making money from you. So I mean, how would you know to ask for that? Because you're looking for a grant for small business. No, you have to go and look what kind of programs are there for small business, and you learn, and then you learn how to use those, and how that can meet your needs. So you have to be creative in doing this. Is there any money for recreational marijuana? I know it's not federally regulated. Yes, there's state money. I talked about, if you go to Facebook.com, free money news, I tell you about a government program. They're giving money to low-income people to get into the marijuana business. So that means you have to have no money, so they could give you money to get into the marijuana business. Now, isn't that incredible? And they're doing that in California. And why are they doing that? Because they're crazy? Maybe. No. I mean, it's really like what do you call it? Trying to redo an old wrong, because in the marijuana laws, it seemed like we put in jail like four minority person went to jail for marijuana, it was one non-minority. So to right that wrong, they're setting aside in some of these states money for minority people with low income to get in the marijuana business. Who would have thought? How would you think of that? See, you would never know. See, that's why if you go to Free Money News and look at these kinds of things, to expand your mind about the kind of things, so your mind could start thinking that way. And then see how to use those things. How do I get my passport renewed for free? I don't know. There's emergency money. The local nonprofit, if you go to your local county office, has emergency money, and that's usually somewhere between $700 and $1,000 to solve a problem. If there's a problem that has to be solved quickly, maybe it is. Can be. To me, I think you go out and do a gig for, what is it, $50, $100, something like that. You do a gig and get that done for free. I think I'm going to lose my people on I'm such an old fart. Where are we? Oh, Instagram. You're going to lose. They're going to cut me off soon. So you can switch over to YouTube. Okay, Instagram people, I'm going to stop you. So you want to continue with us, go over to YouTube. Talk to you again later. Yeah, the Instagram, it just cuts me off at a certain time. Anything. I live in Georgia, a nonprofit organization. How do I find money? You're a nonprofit in Georgia? Okay, make sure your elected official knows you. I have a report on, well, actually it's a course on Udemy. So if you go Lesko.com/course, I have a course there on the top 10 money sources for nonprofit organization. I can take you step by step. Don't become a nonprofit yet until you know exactly where you're going to get the money, because it'll probably be a waste of time. The money is the most important thing, so you do the important things first. You could piss away the next 6 months doing stuff that people say you have to become a nonprofit, and then go get the money, and you'll be out of work, you'll be out of money, you'll be out of time, you'll be out of anything. Thanks, Leslie, for your informational and helpful. Thank you. Advice for a new kid out there on his own who just moved out. Any advice? Yes. Don't believe what your parents told you. Because there's other ways to do things. We're training young people to live like yesterday, and that stuff's not working anymore. Can one get free housing for a month or two? Yes, there's actually, people want you to stay in their houses. People who have like pets to take care of. You could go to some really cool places all over the globe, and take care of their houses for free, because they want somebody to do that for pets. pets, and there's an app. I mean, there's a website on that that does it all. You may have to join for $20 or something like that to get on this thing to do it. One can get free housing for a month. Obtaining land for free as a nonprofit. Yes, government land is available for free and nonprofit. You know, I read a story a while back that the next Air Force base, a nonprofit public radio station, got the whole bloody Air Force base for free. So all that, if you're a nonprofit, they give her. What is the name of the website? Which website? I'm not sure what you mean, but my website says Lesko.com/onestop. Lesko.com/onestop. Okay, and if you go there, that's where I have those. You know, the 25 states you can download now. If your state isn't there, then just put the general one, and then I'll do that and get it to you within 2 weeks. How's that? And that's, and I'm adding new states all the time. But if the state isn't there, if you don't ask me to do it, then I'm not going to do it, you know, until somebody asks me. Oh, hi, Redbird, haven't seen you for a while. I was wondering if you had any sources for money to supply sources for public teachers. Well, public teachers, I mean, God, that's a wonderful source. I mean, don't forget there's a lot of not only funding. I mean, actually, there was a website, a crowdfunding website for teachers to get money to do projects. I forget the name of it. I did a video of a person who had that. They crowdfund money for teachers. It's very successful. I'm sure you put crowdfunding teachers. You'll find that, Redbird. And I remember you. You know, they took off our conversation, by the way, on Google. And that's it. Also, there's a lot of programs in the federal government. I know, like, teachers could get stuff from the Department of Defense. Teachers could get stuff from the Department of Energy, you know, and things like that. And as a nonprofit, a teacher, go to your state. Your state has a surplus property, and you can get all kinds of stuff for free because you're a teacher, because the school is nonprofit. So they give this stuff for free. So you know, you need computers for your kids, stuff like that. You can get all that kind of stuff for free from your state surplus property. You don't know where that is. It's in, I put it in my One Stop. I have all those missing money and surplus property things in there. But if you call, you know, someone in your state, call your governor's office. Just call the governor. When in doubt, call the head guy and say you're looking for the surplus property for nonprofits office. Yeah, and they'll get that to you. Okay, I want to call you on Thursday, early afternoon. Possible? Yes, Thomas. Possibly. I'm not sure. I'm going to be in New York. But sign up on Lesko.com/talk and put in your time, you know, and then I'll say if it's okay or not. And if it isn't, then I'll suggest some other times, okay? Can I find money to purchase a home? Yes, I do. I do reports for housing, where I'll do a report for where you live for like $49.95, and I'll show you 150 sources of money and help to buy a house just in your city, okay? If not that, then start with HUD Counselor. That's the first place to go. And make sure you tell them, and that's a good place to. I hear you only write off $300 on your taxes for classroom stuff. I don't know about that, but if you get it free, then you don't have to worry about that issue. But I would think you write off as much as you want. I mean, what the hell? I mean, because that's unreimbursed expenses, but tax law changes all the time. I don't know. I mean, I write off everything I do for business. I'm not incorporated, so I have one business but this new one I'm doing, I'm not incorporated, because I think corporation's just a way for a tax dodge if you want, and you can still write off everything you want to write off, except I got incorporated because I wanted to not have all the money one year, and I wanted to spread it out. Anyway, it's a long story. So anything else, guys? I'm petering out, okay? I'm an old guy, gonna need my rest, you know, for the rest of the story. And I hope to be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yes, I think I will be, because I'm leaving for New York Wednesday, so I may not be here Wednesday or Thursday, okay? And I'll see you guys soon. Okay, I showed you that. And don't forget, I mean, I'm putting a lot of good stuff on Free Money News on Facebook. That's a new page, okay? You have any suggestions for that? Is there a place you would suggest to get your taxes done? Yes. If you make them less than $65,000 a year, you get them done for free, right at the IRS. You also call 211, Naima, and you'll get all the places that do free tax help. Your local library will tell you all the free places tax help. And yeah, don't pay for somebody because they'll charge you a couple $100 and you don't need that. Oh, and actually the IRS is hardly auditing anybody. They just cut their budget 25%. I mean, it's just, who knows. Anyway, that's a bit. Okay, guys, Diamond, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys soon. And let me know if I can help. The email is lesgofreeradio@gmail.com. And if you don't hear from me in 2 days, what is it, Naima? Just beat on me, because I'm an old guy and I forget stuff. Okay, I get sidetracked. Another pretty thing went by. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, guys. Take care. Thanks, Redbird. Amber, yes. I would start with your congressman's office, okay? Do that and ask for help there first, okay?